All right, so, but when you get into it and you get to understand, you realize that this place is not our rest. This place was set up to be, really, like it said, like Paul says, we're prisoners of hope. We're in prison, man. We're in captivity. We're not truly free like people think. All right, let's keep reading. Verse 4, it says, "They have said, 'Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.'" All right, so these other nations are confederate, means together. Together they're against the Israelites. All right, and they're against each other now too, because that's how bad it's gotten. And then it gives you the list of our enemies starting out at verse 6. And I'm not going to get into all that, but you get the point. The heathen have been against us. They've been wanting to cut us off as a nation. They don't want that. And they were somewhat successful, right? Because the most of our people, they don't realize who they are, right? Like in, Isaiah, 1 and 3. "The ox knoweth his owner, the ass his master's crib, but Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider," meaning they don't consider who they are. A dumb ox, there's this term, dumb as an ox. He knows his owner, but Israel doesn't know their owner. They don't know Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. An ass, which is a donkey, which is stubborn. An ass, even though he's stubborn, he knows his master's crib. But guess what? Israelites don't know who their power is. They don't know who their God is. They don't know their owner, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So he's comparing you Israelites to a dumb ox and a stubborn donkey or stubborn ass, right? But he's saying they're better off because at least they know their owner and their master. You see? So let's go back to Haggai 1 and let's see, where am I at? It says, "Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, consider your ways, go up to the mountain and bring wood, and build the house, and I will take pleasure in it, and I will be glorified, saith Yahweh. Ye looked for much," talking about that. He's talking about the temple. "You looked for much, and when you brought it home, I did blow upon it. Why? Saith Yahweh of hosts, because of mine house that is waste, and ye run every man into his own house." Right, so at this point, our people were, they were under the heathen. That's why it says that the house was a waste, right? So basically, that's what it is. The people's house has been a waste. And Yahweh, he's the one who allowed it, right? It's punishment. It says, "Therefore the heaven over you is stayed from dew, and the earth is stayed from her fruit." All right, so meaning the heaven and the earth is not giving its full potential, right? That's why, like when the Garden of Eden was in existence, everything flourished. But when Esau, Edom, now that he's in power, everything is not to its full potential. The earth is not, it's not where it should be, right? And then really it's a curse. Like you can't just grow a beautiful, flourishing garden like you should be able to in your backyard. You could, but even if you do that, you're not going to get the best results just because the earth is not in that type of capacity, because there's a curse on the earth too, especially when Esau is in charge, the so-called white man. It says, "And I called for a drought upon the land and upon the mountains and upon the corn and upon the new wine." And really this is it's talking about the earth. Literally there's like I said, it's not up to its full potential. And then it says, "Upon the corn and upon the new wine." The new wine is a metaphor for the truth, right? So there was a drought because Yahweh, he wasn't happy with us. because we had turned from Yahweh. We turned from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. We don't, our people were not fervent for the Most High. And so for a time, we didn't have the knowledge. We were without, we waxed worse and worse. We didn't have the truth. Now this is why it's called new wine, because it's old wine, but it's new because the word new means refreshed, and we're coming into our own, in these last days, being refreshed by the Holy Spirit. Drinking that new wine. That wine is a metaphor for doctrine. So the new wine is a refreshed doctrine, really. That's what we're doing right now. And upon the oil is the wisdom, right? And upon that which the ground bringeth forth, and upon men, right? So upon which the ground bringeth forth, talking about the earth, not yielding its full potential. And upon men, and upon cattle, and upon all the labor of the hands. Then Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel, and Joshua, the son of Josedek, the high priest, with all the remnant of the people, obeyed the voice of Yahweh and their power in the Most High, and their words of Haggai the prophet, as the Lord had their power had sent him. And the people did fear before Yahweh. Then spake Haggai, the Lord's messenger, in the Lord's message unto the people, saying, I'm with you, saith Yahweh. And the Lord Yahweh stirred up the spirit of Zerubbabel, and the son of Shealtiel, governor of Judah, and the spirit of Joshua, and the son of Josedek, and the high priest, and the spirit of all the remnant of the people. And they came and did work in the house of Yahweh of hosts, their power, in the 24th day of the 6th month, in the 2nd year of King Darius the king. All right, so yeah, during the Persian Empire, the Medo-Persian Empire, as it's called, eventually it would be Cyrus who actually, got the temple, allowed our people to start building the temple, right? What is that in Ezra? I think it's in Ezra. Yeah, let's get it. Now in the first year, Cyrus, king of Persia, that the word of Yahweh by the mouth of Jeremiah might be fulfilled, Yahweh stirred up the spirit of Cyrus, king of Persia. Remember, he did that with Zerubbabel. So you got to understand and remember that Yahweh he's always in control. He stirs up the people. He stirs up even the king. Proverbs, what is it? Proverbs 21:1. I'll read that in a second. But he controls the heart of the king, or the mind of the king. Yahweh controls everybody, okay? It says, Yahweh stirred up the spirit of Cyrus, king of Persia, that he made a proclamation throughout all his kingdom, and put it also in writing, saying, Thus saith Cyrus, king of Persia, Yahweh, the power of heaven, hath given me all the kingdoms of the earth, and he hath charged me to build him an house at Jerusalem, which is in Judah. You see? So even though Cyrus was a Persian, a heathen, the Lord put a spirit on him to, allow the Israelites to build up their temple, or like it says, a house at Jerusalem. All right, let's get that real quick, because it tells you in Proverbs. Let me see. I think it's 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. So the king's heart, aka the king's mind, it's in the hand of Yahweh. So that's how Yahweh stirs up the kings. And we read about him stirring up. Excuse me. Okay, we read about how he stirred up King Cyrus, and also Zerubbabel. Right? He stirred their hearts up, and that's what we're reading about. The king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh. Everybody is dictated, controlled. Steps are directed by Yahweh. Okay? So, and that's what it is, man. Like I said, it's going into the building of the temple. Right now, we're building this third temple. This is a spiritual temple. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai are erecting a third temple by the Holy Spirit, which are the men you see teaching the word, teaching the Bible on the street corners and on the YouTube videos. All right? This is that third temple. It's not going to be a physical building like the heathen think, and they'll teach you and tell you that. But the truth of the matter is it's a spiritual temple, and it's the men, okay? Because it tells you in, let's go get this real quick. Revelation 21:3. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men. All right, and tabernacle is church or building. It's a church, right? But the real church is the men, right? Let's get another verse. I like to precept with that one. What is it? 34:31. Ezekiel 34:31. And ye, my flock, the flock of my pastures, are men, and I am your power, saith Yahweh the Most High. You see that? So the men are the church. When you go into that word Ecclesiastes, like we read from there early in the lesson, Ecclesiastes, it means, literally it means to call out. And in Espanol, in Spanish, it means iglesia, or it's called iglesia. But that word iglesia goes back to Ecclesiastes. You see how they sound similar? Iglesia and Ecclesiastes. It's they both mean to call out. So what I always teach is tell people, can a building call out? No, the building can't call out, but the men can call out, right? So with that, I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also want to acknowledge Alakiam, who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom to the elect.